Okay, now we are looking at the working memory model. If they just understand working memory as a construct, that's huge. That's a huge win. You know, if they could get the multi-store model and knowing working memory, that's okay. There are a lot of tricky terms here, but try not to be put off by it if you're a new teacher to this topic. It's worth it for them to get working memory. It's so important. All right, there's space here to review. Can they diagram the multi-store model from memory? And this is one of my laments, one of my worries about the course, where we have to get through so much content in so little time, is that it also reduces the rehearsal time we have at the start of classes for all this content. But anyway, there's a blog post here. You can send that to the students. It's a bunch of working memory games they can play. Then we can chalk and talk. What is working memory? That's the technical definition. But at this point, I just want them to understand it's the stuff we're thinking about right now, right? It's what's on your mind. So here is a good example. I get them to close their eyes, picture themselves outside where they live, and recreate their journey to school. Okay, and then go all the way through down the road, right up to through the school gates, through the school to this classroom, open the door to this classroom, sit down at your desk. Could you see that happening? Yes, that's working memory. That was the stuff in your mind at this very moment. There was nothing else you were thinking about. You could see that. That's your working memory, right? Working. It's another term for short-term memory. It's the stuff you're thinking about. Then we can do a bit of mental arithmetic. Okay, and if they can hold this in their mind and manipulate it, great. Okay. There's no reason why that has to be a picture of a brain disorders or something different. Can they think of all the different times where they might use their working memory? I've just given them two. Trying to remember how to get somewhere and figuring out a math problem. Reading is one I hope they come up with. Trying to remember someone's phone number. See how many they can come up with. If you like, this is just something a bit different. Come up and write their ideas in a cloud. Or you might want to skip that if your time is tight. All right, here's a working memory test. Now, they're going to watch this video. There's no chalk talk of the working memory model in this because this young fella does a really, really good job of it on that video. And then after that, they have their workbooks and see if they can diagram it. Write down the key terms they remember and diagram it from memory. And there's the simple working memory model there. Okay, so space for notes. If you like, okay, of course, all these ideas are optional. I should probably stop saying that. But anyway, this TED Talk, it's a bit dry and slow for class, so it could be one watched at home. And it's a useful experiment to know about how they use working memory training in computer games to improve working memory capacity. All right. Now, next lesson will be on comparing the two models.